Tyler's gay, Cole blurted out, half laughing, half drunk on attention. The whole table froze. Red Solo cups paused midair. Someone coughed. No one looked at me. Yet. I lost the bet, he added, as if that somehow made it okay. That was the dare. I had to say a secret about someone. He shrugged, like he'd just confessed to cheating on a math test. Not that he'd just outed his best friend, me, in front of 7 people, including my crush, a kid from church, and my ex-girlfriend's cousin. My throat went dry. My heart sprinted. I wanted to vanish. Laughter started, not from everyone, but enough to make it echo in my skull. Oh, wait, seriously? Is that true, Ty? You've been checking us out in the locker room. Huh? The jokes came fast. Too fast. I couldn't even tell who said what. My hands were shaking, knuckles white from gripping my soda bottle. Cole looked around nervously, like he hadn't expected the reaction to snowball. Come on, guys. Chill. It was just a joke. Then he looked at me. Right, Tyler? Right? Like I was supposed to clean up his mess. Like outing me was just another prank in his long list of dumb teenage antics. I stood up so fast my chair toppled behind me. The sound was sharp, cutting through the rising laughter like a siren. No, I said. My voice cracked, but I held it. It wasn't a joke. And it sure as hell wasn't your secret to tell. The room went silent again. Only the bass from someone's Bluetooth speaker thumped softly in the background, like my pulse in my ears. Cole opened his mouth, but I was already walking, storming, toward the front door. I didn't grab my jacket. I didn't look back. I didn't cry until I got to the edge of the neighborhood. The air was cold, my breath visible, my chest heaving. But the tears came hot, angry. He was supposed to be my best friend, the only one who knew. The only person I trusted with a secret that had kept me up every single night since I was 13. I told Cole in the dark, sitting on his porch, legs dangling, just us and a bag of chips between us. He swore he'd never tell anyone. He said, "You're safe with me." He said he didn't care. Said nothing would change. He lied. And for what? Adare. A bet? A cheap laugh? Everyone went quiet after Tyler left. For once, I didn't want attention. I want a time machine. Someone punched Cole's arm, Kyle, I think. Dude, what the hell? That was messed up. He nodded. He knew. He knew the second the words left my mouth. He wasn't even drunk that bad. He just wanted to win. Prove he wasn't boring. Be the funny one for once. And he used me to do it. Tyler didn't go home right away. He sat on the edge of the sidewalk near the park for what felt like hours, hood pulled low, fingers clenched so tight they turned white. His phone buzzed again and again. Messages, missed calls, notifications pinging like tiny knives, but he didn't look. He couldn't. When he finally stood, his legs barely held him up. His chest felt hollow, like his ribs had been kicked in from the inside. The walk home was a blur. Cold air stung his face, but it didn't matter. Nothing did. Not after Cole. Cole, the one person he trusted most, had taken the truth he wasn't ready to say and handed it to the world like it was some joke. His mom opened the door with a smile that froze when she saw him. Tyler? What happened? He tried to answer, but nothing came out. Just silence and the sting behind his eyes. She ushered him in, sat him down, handed him a glass of water like he was a child who'd fallen off his bike. When his father came in and asked what was wrong, all he said was, something happened at school, but they found out soon enough. That night, the phone call started. Whispers from other parents. Some curious, some kind, some definitely not. Tyler's mom sat with him at the kitchen table while his father paced like a soldier trying to hold position. Did someone hurt you? His father asked at one point. Tyler shook his head. No one touched me. His mom reached for his hand. But something did happen. Tell us. He didn't say it directly. He couldn't bring himself to. But he didn't deny it either. The moment the truth settled in the air between them, something shifted. His mom stayed quiet, rubbing his knuckles with her thumb. His father exhaled slowly and said nothing. Not approval, not outrage, just silence. That silence said everything. Tyler showed up Monday morning expecting stares. He got them. Whispered jokes when he passed. Elbows nudging one another as he walked into class. But Cole, who sat 3 rows over in English, never once looked at him. The betrayal rotted under Tyler's skin. On Wednesday, Tyler finally cornered him in the hallway after sixth period. "You told them," he said. Not shouting, not crying, just stated like a fact. Cole flinched like he'd been punched. I didn't mean for it to happen like that." Tyler's breath hitched. "You didn't mean to stand in front of the whole party and say I'm gay?" "I was drunk, stop." Tyler's voice was sharp enough to cut. "I don't care if you were drunk, dared, whatever. You made it public. You turned my life into a game. I messed up. I know I did. But," Cole stepped closer. "Ty, please. I didn't do it to hurt you." Tyler looked at him, really looked. The eyes that once made him feel safe now felt like mirrors of guilt. "No," he said. "You didn't think about me at all." Cole's mouth opened, but no sound came, and Tyler walked away. Over the next few days, their friendship dissolved in pieces. Every hallway encounter was a battlefield of glances not exchanged. Every mutual friend tried to stay neutral, but even they looked tired, like choosing sides was just a matter of time. Tyler stopped sitting in his usual lunch spot. He took his meals in the library, earbuds in, pretending to study. But every now and then, he'd catch sight of Cole laughing with someone else. And each time it burned, because Tyler wasn't just grieving what Cole had done. He was grieving who Cole had been. The quiet confessions at 2 a.m., the summer days biking to nowhere, the nights they fell asleep on the couch, shoulder to shoulder. Now all of that felt like a memory that belonged to someone else. Cole, meanwhile, tried, half-heartedly, then not at all. He'd send texts that went unanswered. Tyler read them, but never responded. Once, Cole tried approaching again after school, but Tyler's eyes shut him down before he got close. And the worst part? Neither of them said the one thing that mattered. "I'm sorry." Tyler stopped talking to Cole after that Friday afternoon. Not in a dramatic, shouting kind of way. It was more like a switch flipped, messages left on read, seats changed in class. Eyes that used to light up now just looked through him. The silence was louder than any argument ever could be. Cole tried. He called, waited at Tyler's locker, even left a note in his backpack, written in the same scrawled handwriting that used to make Tyler's heart race. But nothing worked. And deep down, even Cole knew he didn't deserve forgiveness. Tyler wasn't okay, but he also wasn't destroyed. At school, people still stared. The whispers hadn't died down. Some kids avoided him like he was contagious. Others laughed behind his back, mocking the very thing he had once trusted Cole to protect. But slowly, through the fog of humiliation and betrayal, someone unexpected stepped in. Her name was Ellie Rivera. She was in Tyler's chemistry class, always sat 2 rows behind, quiet but sharp. She didn't treat him like a ghost or a scandal. One afternoon, while everyone else was pretending Tyler didn't exist, she just slid her notes over during lab and said, "You missed a step." That was it. No pity, no dramatics, just help. Over the next few weeks, Ellie kept showing up. Not in a savior way, just consistent, steady like gravity. They started talking between classes, sometimes after school. She introduced him to her small group of friends, none of them perfect, but all of them real. It was Ellie who got him out of the house when the walls started closing in. Ellie who sat on the hood of her car with him, drinking gas station soda and talking about everything except what had happened. "I know what it feels like," she said one night under a streetlight. Maybe not exactly, but close enough. Tyler never asked what she meant. He didn't need to. Back at school, Cole watched all of it happen. The distance. The way Tyler laughed a little easier now. The way someone else was stepping into the space he used to fill. And Tyler made sure Cole saw it. It wasn't a game. Tyler wasn't trying to make him jealous. He was just reclaiming space, his identity, his voice, his dignity. But the real moment came at the Senior Awards Assembly. Tyler had been working with a local youth LGBTQ+ outreach group on weekends. A quiet, behind-the-scenes commitment no one really knew about. He never did it for recognition. But somehow, someone nominated him for the Compassion and Action Scholarship, awarded to a student showing exceptional resilience and advocacy. And he won. When they called his name, the auditorium went silent for a heartbeat, like no one could believe it. Tyler walked up to that stage calm and composed, dressed in a black shirt and blazer, his head held high. He didn't look at Cole in the crowd. But Cole saw him, saw the pride in Tyler's mom's eyes as she stood clapping in the back row, the tight smile on his dad's face, not perfect but no longer cold, and the way Ellie beamed like she had just won. When Tyler accepted the award, he spoke clearly, his voice steady. Some of us don't get to be the version of ourselves that feels safe. We get outed, betrayed, made into jokes, but those things don't define us. What we choose to become after, that's what matters. I didn't think I'd make it here, but I did, and I'm not going back. The room exploded in applause. Cole sat in silence, hands in his lap, throat tight. Tyler didn't need revenge in the way people usually think of it. No yelling, no confrontation, just that moment. On stage, powerful, unbothered. That was his victory. It was the last week before Tyler's move to college. Boxes were stacked in the corner of his room, filled with books, clothes, and the remnants of a summer that had both broken and rebuilt him. Cole had become a quiet constant in his life, never pushing, just showing up, proving that not all bonds came with strings or secrets. The next morning, the school hosted a senior showcase for graduating students. Tyler had spent weeks preparing. His project, a visual storytelling piece titled What You See, What You Don't, used fragments of his life. Family photos, quotes from his journal, and a haunting photo of himself the night he came out, standing alone under a flickering streetlight. He hadn't told anyone what he planned to show. As students and parents milled around, murmurs grew when Tyler took the stage. "I've spent a lot of time being afraid of what people saw when they looked at me," he said, his voice clear, unwavering. "I used to think being different meant being alone. But I'm here to say that I'm still here, still standing, and proud of what I survived." Then he played the final slide, a candid photo someone had taken of Cole at a party. Tyler had added text over the image. "You never know when your words will build someone or break them. So choose carefully, especially when you think no one is listening." The auditorium was silent, not in shock, but in realization. The message wasn't cruel. It wasn't revenge. It was a truth, delivered with grace. Later that evening, Tyler sat on the bleachers behind the school, the echo of applause still distant in his ears. He heard footsteps, hesitant ones, and turned. Cole. He looked thinner, worn down by guilt. He didn't speak right away, just sat down next to Tyler, putting space between them, but not too much. "You didn't have to be that kind," Cole finally said. "I wasn't doing it for you," Tyler replied. "But maybe I didn't want to carry you as an enemy into the next chapter of my life." They sat in silence, the kind only two people with a shared history could understand. "I was stupid," Cole whispered. "I thought I was protecting myself, but all I did was lose you." Tyler nodded. He didn't say it was okay, because it wasn't. But he said something better. "I'm not the same kid you hurt, and you're not the same one who did it. That has to count for something." Cole looked down, tears in his eyes. "Do you think someday we could be friends again?" "Someday," Tyler said softly. "But not today." And that was enough. The next week, Tyler walked on his college campus, backpack over his shoulder, sunlight on his face. No sados, no secrets. Just a boy who had learned to break, rebuild, and forgive, not for them, but for himself. Proud to be LGBTQ+.